So the Toronto Maple Leafs win 5-4, but even though they won, in some ways it feels like they lost. Before we get into the video, I appreciate if you drop a like, comment, and subscribe. E-begging is over. Good game by the Leafs. They had a tremendous first period. We're all over the Panthers. They would score 3 goals in the first. I liked what I saw there. But the main storyline coming out of this one is Anthony Stolarz leaving the game in the second period due to injury. He was throwing up on the bench. It looks like Bennett got him right in the head, and he didn't look too hot. So depending on how bad this head injury is, you might have to turn to Joseph Woll to carry the load for a bit. And considering Stolarz has played terrific for the Leafs this season, was giving them good goaltending in the playoffs, that is a big loss. He made 8 saves on 9 shots against. In comparison, Woll made 17 saves on 20 shots against. But I'd argue it's hard to come in relief. You're coming into a game cold, and when you look at Woll's past playoff success, he had a plus 930 save percentage. So I don't think it's the worst situation in the world, but still, losing your starter, a guy that's gotten you there, that has to suck. So let's get into the scoring. William Nylander, he would start us off.
He has won a series with a winning goal. Nylander scores!
That is one Bob wants to have back. Scoring in that area is just not acceptable. Nylander scores very early on to set the tone for this great first period for the Leafs, and he'd not be done. Nice patience, finishing forehand, just getting it over left shoulder of Bobrovsky. We got ourselves a 2-0 game. But then the Panthers would get on the power play, and they'd respond.
Against the Lightning, Seth Jones scores!
Jones from the point, shot from the power play, through a screen. We got ourselves a 2-1 game. Now, unfortunately for Panther fans, late in the first period, Riley would get on the board.
Riley, it's a 2-on-1 with Tavares. Riley scores!
Skating down Main Street, nobody near him. He snipes at blocker side. 3-1 going into the second period. And the Leafs would pick up where they left off.
Leaf with a 3-point first period scores! Tanev from the point!
Tanev gets a goal from the point. Kind of a knuckling, bouncing puck. Again, that's one Bob's kind of gotta have there. We go into the third period. One of the great things about this Florida Panthers team, they do not quit.
Marchand, who surprisingly does have it. There's a tip, scores!
What an absolute filthy feed by Lundell. Sarainen with the one-hand finish. We got life early in the third. It's 4-2. And then a little under 3 minutes later, we'd have a Balinskis sighting.
Line, Schmidt across. Here's Balinskis in, scores!
That's one Woll probably should have. I mean, that was a hell of a shot, but still, I don't think Balinskis should have scored from that spot. It's a 4-3 game. Then 10 minutes later, the ever-reliable Matthew Knies would get the Leafs another goal.
Got Knies! 0-3! Matthew Knies scores!
This is all set up by a good chip up by Marner. Knies with a beautiful backhand finish. I really like him as a player. It is now 5-3 in favor of the Leafs. But the Panthers, they would score late, and the villain, Sam Bennett, would get on the board.
Tavares trying to dig it out. Comes loose. Bennett scores!
That is unfortunate for Woll off of Carlos' stick in top shelf. 5-4 game. But the Leafs would hold on to win this game 5-4. The Leafs had a great first period. If they can play like they did in the first period through most of this series, they have a good chance of beating this great Panther squad. I think Bobrovsky let in a few soft goals. I expect him to bounce back. I would say the same thing with Joseph Woll. Let in a questionable goal or two. The storyline coming out of this game will be Stolarz. Will he be able to play in game 2? And if not, how long will he be out? Because he has been brilliant for the Maple Leafs this year. This series is lining up to be a lot of fun to watch. I'm expecting this to go to 6 or 7. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Who impressed you the most in this game? And Leafs fan, genuine question here. If Stolarz is out for game 2, are you concerned? Let me know your thoughts. I'm Captain Paul. See you in the next one.